What are we doing?
What you doing? We are measuring the tension on the shrouds. You know that saying, nobody is doing it better than yourself. Anyway, so first you need a tension gauge, and this thing is pretty simple to use actually. Probably there are many other things like this, 10% and 25%. The stronger the rigging, the mast is much more constrained to its shape, and usually you use the highest values for racing, which of course we don't. We don't do this. My interest is in having a safe travel, protecting as much as possible the rigging and the mast, not to race to win 0.5 over knot by cranking the shroud to 1% more. So, having said that, these two, so I have not a fractional, the rigging goes up to the top of the mast, and of course I have the forestay. This should always be so, or let's take it like this. Normally, like I said, the shrouds should be tensioned somewhere between 10% and 20%. 20 never go above 25% of the breaking strength of the cable. If you do this in a big storm, or when you have a hammer,
Gust.
a gust, we call it hammer. When you have a gust, when you hit something, I know, when there is a lot of tension on the rigging, the rigging could break, and this is not something that you want. This is a very bad thing to happen. So never above 25%, usually between 10 and 20. I measured these two. Yes, let's see how a proper tension should look like, right? So this is 6 millimeter. I set it to 6. I attach it to the shroud, and look, it's 6.5, this one. It's here it's 10%, here is 15%, so let's say 12%, something like this. Okay, this is the shroud that goes to the first spreader. First spreader from top down, actually is the second spreader. Let's see this, the other one. This is an 8 millimeter. Let's attach it. I noticed something is wrong. There's probably something, a piece of paper or plastic, something that should be attached on this. And now instead of saying 7, it says 8, but it's 8. I put it on the correct. I don't know why this has happened, and I cannot open it because Anyway, so let's look, right? I compressed it a little bit. It's on 7. Yeah, this is correct. This is fine. 7. It should be the same on both sides. But if I go here, yeah, look, even if you do like this, yeah, it's obvious. Look, it's a lot looser than the other one. So this is 7. Now I have to check which one is 7. So I go like this, and look, nothing. It reads nothing. So the tension is wrong. This means that this shroud, which goes to the first spreader, being a lot looser than the other ones, if the wind blows harder, the pressure of the sail will make the mast bend from that from there, bend towards with the wind, bend with the wind. This means that the sail shape will modify. It will start become more like a balloon instead of a wing, and you lose speed, and you will heel much harder. Instead of going forward, you'll just go on a side. So this is bad, and I have to check this. I will leave these ones like this. It's fine, but this one and this one, they are very loose, and I have to tighten them. The way to do this, of course, you can find a lot of videos about this, but first, let's say if you want to do the whole rigging, you put the mast on, you attach all the shrouds. Of course, the forestay is fixed. It has a fixed length. It cannot be adjusted. You adjust the tension by bringing the mast more or less forward. First thing that you need to do, you need to center the mast. You do this by hanging a piece of rope, even a thread, something that is not very. So don't use the halyard, for example, because halyards are heavy and elastic. So when you try to measure, they will not give you a good reading. So it's better to hang from the halyard, hang a piece of thread, something that's resistant and that is not going to be blown by the wind very easily, right? And you measure and you check. You go one side, you check the distance. You pull the thread up with the halyard, check on one side, check the other one, and you make sure that they are the same. And you tension first. You tension the shrouds by hand, yeah, until, let's say, you cannot tighten them anymore, yeah. And you make sure, this is very important, make sure that the mast stays on center. Then you start tensioning them, and you make sure when you're tensioning them, you don't go on one side 10 turns on the turnbuckle and then you go 10 turns on the other side, because what will happen is that the mast will bend on one side, and when you tighten the other side, it will not go all the way, yeah, it's gonna stay like this. So you go 1-2 turns here, 1-2 turns on the other side, then go back 1-2 turns, 1-2 turns, yeah. While you are progressing with the tension, less and less turns. So you make sure, and you always check that the mast is straight. Then you go down with the secondary shrouds, and also you make sure that the mast stays straight. The mast always has to have a bit of a hump. This is done by tensioning the aft shroud, the aft stay, not shroud, aft stay. This is to bring the pressure, the center point of pressure towards the back of the boat, and this is going to help you in high winds. If a gust comes, the boat will naturally steer towards the wind. You must, this is also very, very important, you must make sure that your boat is doing this, has this tendency, yeah, to, not a lot, because this will put pressure of course on the autopilot and things like this, but always when there's a gust, feel the boat, you feel it in the wheel that the boat wants to go into the wind. This is a safety thing, and it's very important. But again, not too much, not excessively, because what will happen is, if the, I don't know the terms in English. But if the boat is very much like this, every time there is a small gust, it's gonna go in the wind. The sail will start to flog. You will lose speed. It doesn't have to be aggressive, this tendency, just a little bit. Yeah? And when you'll have gusts 40, 45, something like this, then it's going to be as it has to be. So that's what I'm doing today. So this is how I found it. This should not be here. I don't know why it's here. It should stay here because this is preventing the turnbuckle from unwinding during the sail. So they should be tightened. Anyway, I'll check this. I don't like this also, yeah, because it's okay, it's in the middle, so less likely, but you can do something here, catch your hand. It's not very good. This one is better. Yeah, I'll need to check everything. So let's check.
Six and a half.
7, almost 7. It starts to show. I'm not sure if it picks on, if the phone picks it up. But just a little bit of the red. It starts to show. Close. It's close. This one is a 6. So I have to adjust it to 6. Cannot do it on the same. See? 7.
To see.
7. So these two are pretty much okay.
Still dirty?
Well, yeah, I washed them. We had some tubes to to protect the sails, but like this one. The problem is that they collect a lot of dirt inside and we cannot wash them. And today I did this. I took them out. I actually completely threw out 3-4 of them, which were very bad. I'll have to replace them. Not the end of the world, they are just protecting the sail instead of rubbing against the metal. But these two, again, look, this one is a joke. It's like it's for nothing here. Look. Understand how loose it is. Joke. And it's a shame, because things like this can turn somebody's vacation into something else, more sad. And it shouldn't be like this. So yeah, I have to take the pins out now. It shouldn't be much trouble. And after I do this, I'll start tensioning them. Okay, let's see how much tension I put only by hand. This is a 7mm. I'm at 1, exactly at 1. So this is good, right? Because I'm not putting a lot of pressure on the mast. It should keep its natural shape. And now I need to go on the other side. Make sure that I also bring the tension to 1. You should do something about these numbers. It's making me crazy. Okay, so what's it saying? Can you see any red dots? No, is the answer. Okay. These should be replaced every time. They are very inexpensive, and it's just you need to replace them, because every time you bend them, of course you make them susceptible to breaking. But I don't have replacements today. I'll buy and replace them. Okay, we still have the gauge here. Just a little bit more. Actually, I think I overdid it a little. Yeah, better. Okay. Is it one? It's one, okay. So now I'll start little by little to bring up the tension. Again, don't overdo it. One turn here, one turn there. Okay, it's boring, but this is how you should do it. Can you give me the gauge, please? Posibles. This is showing already 5.5.
І той дзвон на мене. І що? Окей. Пита, и Сашу пита, а може ли, не може, аз казвам, аз питах Дидо, той казва, може ли някакви проблеми, няма проблем. И той каза, окей, и аз мога да говоря, той знае.
Halyard. I'm using the halyard to check if the mast is straight. To make sure I didn't put a bend in it. Looks fine.
Now we are going to fix the furler.